Hello there, this is Lunchtime News when we are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studio here in Colombo. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Before we head into the news in detail, here's a look at the headlines.
A T-56 firearm found in the possession of the suspect connected to the murder of former chairman of the Galle Cricket Association. Woman murdered in the Valleypan area, 2 others sustained injuries. Police launched manhunt in search of the suspects. A historical burial ground unearthed in Minuwangoda, Devalapala.
And to your lead story now, police have been granted permission to detain and question the chief suspect in connection with the murder of the chairman of the Galle Cricket Association.
The suspect in question was arrested on the 27th of this month in the Galle Fort area. Police said that following interrogation of the suspect, a T-56 firearm and a stock of live ammunition were found hidden in the Dodanduwa area in Pankada early this morning. The chairman of the Galle Cricket Club was murdered on the 12th of August. Police said that after being produced before the Balapitiya Magistrates Court, a detention order was obtained to detain the chief suspect for 48 days.
Well, still in local news, Professor Mangala Katugampola says that an ancient burial ground has been discovered from the Devanapola area in Minuwangoda.
The prehistoric burial ground was discovered in close proximity to the entrance road to the Devanapola Ananda Vidyalaya. Excavations were carried out by a group including the senior lecturer of the Archaeological Studies at the University of Kelaniya, Professor Mangala Katugampola.
We identified this excavation as a learning opportunity to get an insight into the history of the country during the pre-economic era. This excavation is revealing details of how people in this country who lived 3,000 years ago buried their loved ones. It is also revealing other rituals and the cultural aspects surrounding it. Based on our previous studies and experience, we believe that these artifacts date back 3,000 years.
Well, just as it was mentioned on the headlines, the police have uncovered details of a group of individuals who had shot and killed a woman in the Valleypan area and injured 3 others.
The police revealed that an unidentified group broke into the victim's house located in the Avanuluwa area in Valleypan at around 7 p.m. yesterday. The victim was 37 years of age. The police say that a 47-year-old man and 2 children aged 3.5 years and 1.5 years sustained injuries. The police media spokesperson's office said that 4 persons who arrived on motorbikes to carry out the shooting fled the scene following the incident. A manhunt is currently underway in search of the suspects.
Deputy Minister of Foreign Employment Manusha Nanayakara attended an event to lay the foundation stone for the technical laboratory of the Sudharma Mahavidyalaya in Galle.
Subsequent to the program, the deputy ministers responded to questions posed by journalists. Yes, they said that changes will be made and that lotuses will bloom. But now they are saying that no such lotus will bloom and that they will be holding just an ordinary meeting. Well, if parties are being formed, we are ready because parties have been formed in the past as well. Parties have got destroyed just as they were formed. However, as a party, the Sri Lankan Freedom Party is strong.
Meanwhile, the Strategic Enterprise Management Agency held a media briefing themed a toxin-free country.
Scientists warn that we are in the sixth great harm to biodiversity, because all biodiversity in the world are rapidly dying away. With this massive destruction, the human species has also fallen under threat of extinction. This is a serious issue which is spoken at global levels. Behind all this calamity are massive multinational companies. If the country is to recover the agriculture sector, we as a civil society and brave human beings must face these multinational companies. The government has taken a clear decision to move away from the chemical farming and move into natural farming. Chemical fertilizers have not been banned, but instead farmers can utilize their fertilizer subsidy for another alternative and give the true meaning to this subsidy.
A media briefing was convened by the Bar Association of Sri Lanka yesterday to comment on the proposed amendment to the Code of Criminal Procedure Act.
We know that there have been a lot of criticisms, allegations that confessions are taken after torture and harassment. So a lawyer coming after a statement is recorded is of no use. So anyway, we are saying that that is a violation of the right of the accused to not allow him to contact his lawyer at the start. To allow him to contact the lawyer only after custody or taken into arrested and after the statement is recorded. Then it's too late. So that is the major objection. We have written to His Excellency the President. We have written to the Minister of Justice. We have written to the Prime Minister saying that we are against this amendment and to reconsider and withdraw the amendment.
The President of the Bar Association also expressed these views.
When you attack a judge personally, it is bad for the judiciary. The general public will think that the judges are bad people. And if the judiciary is not respected, then that is a challenge to democracy. Because ultimately, if anybody wants relief from a court, they must have the confidence that the judges will be independent and impartial. But if the public think that judges have bad conduct or they are corrupt, then there is no confidence in the system. There is a method, if a judge is not honest or the judge is incompetent, to report him and have an inquiry and to dismiss him or suspend him. So you must use the legitimate methods and to make sure if there are I'm not saying that all judges are very good, but I'm not saying I don't think all judges are corrupt.
Moving on to more local news, a number of tragic motor accidents took place around the island today. An accident occurred as a result of a backhoe ramming into a shop at near the Ampara junction in Simbalandua. A pedestrian who was near the shop at the time sustained injuries. 4 motorbikes which were parked opposite the shop as well as 3 electric posts were damaged in the accident. The driver of the backhoe was arrested in connection with the accident. Further investigations have been launched by the Simbalandua police. Meanwhile, 1 person died and 5 others have been injured after a lorry had toppled in the Okkampitia area in Buttala. The deceased has been identified as a 62-year-old resident of Buttala. The injured have been admitted to the Okkampitia hospital. Students of the Puttalam Police Division took part in a special lifeguard training workshop organised in line with the 150th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Police. The event, which was held in the Tabua Vava, saw the participation of 1,100 students from 9 schools of the Puttalam Police Division. The final phase of the training program was held yesterday. The 100th birth anniversary of the late Vivian Gunawardena, who was one of the most prominent female personalities in Sri Lanka's left-wing politics, was held in Colombo yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga. The number of politicians in Sri Lanka who qualify in all departments of the political sphere do not even meet the number of fingers of my hand. This is a contrast between the two eras.
Today, more than humanity, the country and policies, a man values what he can gain and earn for himself. This practice has now entered politics as well. Money and wealth has become the key requirement for them now, and they are ready to do whatever it takes for it. Rather than standing against this, our vicemen and professionals and so on and so forth choose to run behind and cling on to such persons or even dance to their tunes.
That brings us to the end of lunchtime news. Remember, to stay ahead, you need to stay close to News First. For that, you simply need to log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Good day.